Yes, people, big up on yourself, and thanks for tuning in to this episode of Big Woman Tings, which was recorded using Anchor by Spotify. It's the easiest way with everything you need to make and distribute a podcast all in one place. And best of all, it's absolutely free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Remember to subscribe. Big Woman Tings. That's Tings. All right, here we go. Wagwan people, welcome to another episode of Big Woman Tings, and this is your host Alison Maria, where we talk about everything that affects us as big women, things that we think about, things that happen to our bodies as we get a little older, a little riper, a little more seasoned with age, and try to work things out. And that description again is for the new listeners. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in and giving us a chance to have this lovely conversation. Now, yesterday, this podcast should have really gone out, but guess what happened? Technical difficulties, but again, perseverance seems to be the underlying theme for many of the episodes that I've pushed out. So here we go again. Today's Thursday, but better late than never. Right. Now, I posted a brick, a concrete block, as we call it in Jamaica. And it wasn't a whole one, it was a piece of one. But I'll tell you the story behind it. And again, it's about perseverance, keeping your eye on the prize. And these days, I don't know if it happened to you ladies as well, or gentlemen, the few gentlemen that are listening. But you find that you look at everything with meaning now. I mean, when I was younger, I wasn't thinking so much about everything. But now it's like the simplest things, I find pleasure, I find value in it. And this concrete block is another one that is the precedent for the episode today. Now, where I walk, they're building or repairing a fence, you know, one of those chain link fences where you have the concrete base and the top of the chain link fence is anchored into the wall. So I am trying to improve on my skill as a plant mother. Now, I love plants, but sometimes the care of them, not the best. I forget to water. My neighbors help me out a lot. Give thanks to the neighbors who are listening. They give me little pots with plants and succulents, and some die and some come back to life, and you know they really do help me out a lot, you know, and say, boy man, you need to water your plants, that kind of thing. Anyway, so my plants are all on one level for the most part. I have a couple of them that are raised based on things that I've found, like a tree stump. I've elevated one of my pots. I can probably take a picture of it and show it to you guys so you see what you have a visual of what I'm talking about. So, looking at plant stands in the public realm and pots, I tend to end up making things myself because I have to make use of my creative genes somewhat. And I say, you know what is true? What would be a good idea? Instead of spending $20,000 on a plant stand, let's see what I can use. So on the walks in the morning, I've been seeing these broken concrete blocks. And I say, you know what? That would be a great idea, you know, to just take them up and dust them off, paint them up, I should say, and use them as little stands for my plants. So I've been passing it every morning, and in my mind I'm like, no, I want to get these blocks. But the type of person that I'm not gonna just take it because it belongs to somebody, and I don't know if the construction people want to use it for whatever reason. Anyway, walking past the blocks, couple weeks, well, one particular morning I saw 3 of the contractors. And I said, hi, morning. Me go beg you to the concrete block. And them say, yeah man, no problem. Now here was I readying myself to go lift up the bricks or the blocks and carry them into the car. There was an add-on. They were saying, oh, you want me to break off the rough edges for you? Sure. Thank you. We'll take them to the car for you. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. And it just brought to mind, sorry, my voice is a little bit croaky. It just brought to mind that sometimes, well, not even sometimes, you can ask for what it is that you want or visualize what it is that you want. And the results are often better than you would have ever imagined they would be. There was an episode that I did a few months back called Joyous Expectancy or something like that. Yeah, I think it was Joyous Expectancy. And it followed the same lines where, you know, because sometimes I know at this stage, life probably backs you out a little bit, backs you about, but that comes with life. Because if you notice an EKG machine or ECG, as we say, on this side of the world, where you have the lines going up and down, the electromagnetic waves going up and down, that is symbol or a symbol for life. It's when it flatline, that means you're dead. Nothing not going, nothing not happen. But in life, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. What I'm saying, joyous expectancy, always expect good things to happen. And also, when they happen, expect that it's going to be even better than you initially imagined. Because listen, when the three man them a walk and I carry the brick them for me, and I was just like, wow, look at this here. No prompting. Nobody never there beg me for your smiles. Nobody was trying to look me. There was nothing of the sorts. Just three strong Jamaican man say, yes man, we'll help you. Nobody never call me mummy or auntie or whatever the usual names that you get when you walk on the street as a big man. It was just sure, no problem. Yeah, that was refreshing. So, and of course, everything is a process. So, of course, the first stage of it is getting the bricks. The next stage of it now is painting. Now, I actually tasked my children to paint the bricks, the blocks. A brick or a block? Where? Concrete block. No, yes. Yesterday. But, or day before yesterday. Yes. And I thought I had a paintbrush. I look for the paintbrush. Can't find the paintbrush. So, I'm going to have to get one. And get it done. And again, everything is not going to happen overnight. There's another big woman friend that I have. Bigger. Because she's older. She's in her 60s. And she's always doing something. Always working on her house. She's always doing something. And things might take a little time. And I've had the conversation with her. And she's like, listen, I have to have something to do, to look forward to doing. Because if everything is done right away, perfectly, once in a, you know, as you think about it, it's done, then you won't enjoy the process. And I was just like, yes, you know, for real. Because for me now, and it's something that I've had to retrain my brain, because naturally I don't have a lot of patience. And for me, I want everything to happen instantly. So if I start walking today, I want the hot body tomorrow. I want the abs, I want the definition, all of it tomorrow. But all of it takes time. And you're going to have hiccups along the way. But at the same time, you just have to keep at it and keep going. Because again, with this simple little thing, that's why I say, you know, sometimes when you listen to older people and you hear them talk, you kind of wonder if you're at that stage, if you're at that stage yet, or maybe we're getting there, who to tell. But because even now, I find that I'm repeating myself, and my children are just like, Mommy, you said that already, and I was like, Lord have mercy. Yes, but I don't know who I said it to, because it's two of them. So sometimes I'll have conversations with one, not realizing that I didn't have the same conversation with the other. Anyway, side note. But this concrete block situation, first step, get the brick or get the block. Second step, clean off the block. Third step, paint it. Alright, you now have the paintbrush. Third step, we're going to get the paintbrush. Come, I have some leftover paint. Fourth step, going to paint it. Fifth step, put it out where it's supposed to go and put the plants on it. So with any plan that you have, itemize it. Just put a little list, write it down, and get through the tasks one step at a time, one day at a time. And it will all work out. And speaking of perseverance, this week I should have had a most esteemed guest, a young lady big woman, but she talking about her business and, you know, just the challenges that she would have had to go through as it relates to the business. And she wasn't feeling well this week. So, and she's really a bastion of perseverance, because she's introducing or has introduced a product that is not necessarily the norm or something that is quite familiar with the Jamaican palate or familiar to the Jamaican palate. So she's had to push and, you know, but I'll wait until she's on here as a guest so she can speak about it, or we can all speak about it a lot more. You can understand what it is that I'm talking about. All right, so message of the day: perseverance, and enjoy the journey. And I know sometimes these new age cliches, them are 90, the enjoy the journey and I can't remember the rest of them right about now, but you know what I'm talking about. When you hear them, it's almost like your belly bottom start cringe, because it's just, you keep hearing the same things over and over again. But really and truly, let me add to it: enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the changes that are going through your body as it is right now, because it's something that we have to accept as well. As we get older, we might not be able to move as quickly as we used to when we were younger. The body kind of creak and twist and turn and crack. And you have to just laugh it off, because what are you going to do? I mean, honestly, I never expected it at this age, because me a young girl. Sorry, me a big woman, but me's a young girl, right? And even my knee issues that I have, be gone, I say. Sometimes you should hear me talking to parts of my body. I say, hear me now, we're not in a that today, you know, we're not into that. Because even my knee, where the knee brace and the situation is concerned, I had to have a conversation with my knee and say, listen, we're not doing this today. You understand? We're not doing this. I'm not going to be limping around with no knee brace. No, we're not doing that. Okay? So try your best, fix up yourself, because we're going for a walk. Yeah, and knee just kind of behave itself for a short while at least. Right? But yes, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Okay? So, till next time, big up on yourself. Have a great week. Until next week, big up on yourself. A big woman.